Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we are in Pennsylvania and I tried my best to vlog the highlights of the week for you. So if you're interested in watching, please keep watching. Our first day there, we drove around town and our first stop was the water tower on Lake Erie. So what brings us to Pennsylvania every year is Jeff, John's dad. He grew up here and so they have family. So we come to visit. On this trip, John decided to take me by his dad's old house. Meanwhile, Becca is roughhousing in the back seat with her Uncle Boss. So our next stop was Field and Stream. This is a hunting trip, so there was a few things that the boys needed to pick up. Jeff also owns a farm up in Pennsylvania and he has cattle. But during the winter, since we live in Texas, he needs somebody to take care of the cattle. So on this trip, we went to go see the cows just to check up on them. And Becca usually really loves cows. I've said cows a lot, but she usually really loves cattle. But this time there was a cat that caught her attention. Now we're on our way to the farm, and it's out in Wattsburg, so it's like really cold in Wattsburg. It's cold in Erie too, but it's a different kind of cold in Wattsburg. And so I just stayed in the car, and that was the end of our first day. On the second day, the boys woke up really early to go hunting, and we met them for lunch at the cute little diner across the street. When we left the diner, we headed to the farm to hang out for a little bit. Becca got to ride on the Ranger with her dad, and Priscilla and I just kind of hung out in the truck. It's really cold at the farm, but it also gets really dark early, so I didn't get to vlog a whole lot. So that's pretty much the end of day 2. The next day, we drove out to the farm again to meet the boys for lunch, and it snowed overnight, so that was fun because it was the girls' first time to see snow. In a second, you're going to see a random clip of Jesse and Jeff. They're driving the backhoe to a shop to get fixed. This little baby right here melts my heart. I absolutely loved this outfit on her. When we got back to the farm, we decided to let Becca play in the snow, of course. We put her in the trailer just because it was so muddy on the grass, and she had slipped and fallen, so she was upset about that. Her Uncle Boss tried to cheer her up by doing the same thing, and he did for a minute, and then she slipped and fell again, and she was upset again. So yeah. So once our princess decided to cheer up, she had a blast. After a few snowballs, she looks at her hands and she says, "Cold." And Daddy decided to join in on the snowball fight, and everybody had so much fun. Scylla had fallen asleep on the way to the farm, so we just left her in there because it was so cold, and we left the heater on for her. We went into the barn to warm up before we left because we played out in the snow for quite a while. But other than that, that's the end of this day. The next day we met the boys out for lunch again, and I didn't get very many clips of the daytime because my battery died, but later that night we went to go meet Jeff's friends for steak, and so I got a few clips of that on the way there and on the way back, but I didn't get anything in the restaurant. But when we got back to the house, we had a fun little snow fight. Later that night we came inside and we hung out, and then we went to bed, and that was the end of this day. So the next day we went out to the farm again to meet the boys for lunch, and there was even more snow. When we got back to the farm, we played in the snow for a little bit, and then we headed home. guys, that concludes this vlog. I hope you enjoyed watching. We had a blast in Pennsylvania, and I would like to say happy holidays from all of the Shipleys.